This seems to be the starting lineup for the last 3 or 4 games. We'll see if that continues for the rest of the season.
McSwain wins it back, and Lightning will start with possession here to open up the game.
Other than Millinghouse, sorry, see him on the floor there. So
He feeds it off. Working around the perimeter here, the Lightning. Trying to work it into the perimeter here. Little tussle for the ball. Lightning will retain possession here. Off into the corner. Puts up the three. Bangs off the rim and picking up the rebound there. Lightning will stay in possession here.
that's McSwain's strength, is getting offensive rebounds, and rebounds in particular. This is Haley's strength, playing with his body. He's so strong. Getting to the hoop, the defender has no chance. He's just so smart.
And the Lightning will head to the line here. Haley fouled on his way to the basket.
Yeah, so we were talking about some rules, right? So this is sort of a hybrid, a little bit hybrid. You're going by NBA rules for the most part, except for bonuses. So they've stuck with the FIBA rule on that. So 5 fouls on each team per quarter allows the other team to get to the bonus, where in the NBA it's quite a bit different, right? And so that's one of the rule changes.
Misses the first. We'll head to the line for the second here. Knocks it down. And the Lightning on the board first. Fans will head to their seats. And Montreal in their first possession here.
You noticed that, did you? They're all standing for the first 2 points or 3 points, yeah.
They love to do that here at the Bud Gardens. A tradition for the London Lightning. Up around the perimeter here, just inside the line. Pulls up, bangs it off the front of the rim. And a defensive rebound there over to Haley. McSwain up, leaves it off to Billy White on the far side.
You're looking from top here. There's nobody in the key at the moment. There's some people cutting through the key, but there's no post player at the moment. Very interesting.
Holds up, and that one's going to bang off the hand, and Montreal will come back with speed the other direction, trying to put it up.
Oh.
And a nice defensive stop there.
Okay, I thought maybe there was a hand on the arm. That was where speed kills, right?
Cutting into the basket and called again on the way through to the rim.
And the coach from Montreal, I'm sort of empathizing with him because no call down here on the drive, but there is a call down here. This one was quite obvious on this end here with McSwain getting to hoop. But that's what I'm talking about, for instance, Audie, right? Speed kills. Like, see how quickly he sliced through that defense.
So a chance here to add on to the early lead for London. McSwain, and once again, unable to find the first one. Back for the second shot here. That one bangs off the rim as well, so the score remains at just the one for London. Up onto the near side. Montreal working around the perimeter here. Oh, back up to the point. Mason cutting in. Throws it off to the corner. Three is up, and it's good.
Nice. And Antoine Mason, to me, when we saw him the first time he was here, he did well the second time as well. He seems to be sort of the linchpin for the Montreal on their offense. Not necessarily scoring, even though he does that as well, but the ball seems to go through him quite a bit for the offense.
Puts up the shot, bangs away. And the Toundra back down toward the London zone. Finds the open man. Another three, and that one's going to bang out.
That's his shot, though, based on his play with the London Lightning. No hesitation in taking that. There's Billy White. Normally doesn't take those long threes. The ball usually goes through him as well. But he will if nobody's guarding him. He will.
Oh, Billy White knocks one down.
At this level, you get that much time to shoot and line it up. Like, you're going to make a lot of them.
Had the time, had the space. Took the shot, now playing it down low. Back out to the point for three. That one's going to stay out.
That's McSwain. That's a man board. I call that a man board. He was fighting and hustling for that one.
Billy White drives in, and he'll throw it off the window.
The ageless wonder. He's just so tricky underneath. And he's got that long reach as well. Just cannot get to the ball. He can get to the rim at any time he wants almost.
Year after year continues to be a force here. Lightning up by 3.
There's
Audie. Cut in. Audie with speed, and he'll
That's what I'm
throw
telling
one down.
You. Speed kills, right? Even though Billy White was in a decent position, he just can't keep up with that foot speed. They have to really deny him that dribble penetration from the three-point line. Audie has scored 20 points both his last 2 games for the Toundra. He's been a recent pickup for them, so he's becoming more and more featured in their offense. That's number 8 if you're looking from on the screen.
Haley in, cuts to the basket, puts one up, but can't get it to go. Now a fast break down the court, and it's going to bang off the hand.
Just a little too long, led him a little too far.
Tried to get that one to develop quickly. Haley takes the pass from Millinghouse, holds it off, and now works himself over. Just inside the three-point line now, holding on to it.
Little isolations with Billy White. He's, like I said, he's tough to get. He turns it over that time. They read his play. That was Marcus Audie because he knows that play from him playing against Billy White for the last 3 years.
Not coming, another attempt from distance there. Montreal doesn't get it to go.
So not a stellar shooting performance so far. McSwain getting isolated this time. A little follow away. That's a low percentage shot. Now that's Haley ripping the board down.
Now from distance, the 3. This one bangs off the back of the rim. Seen a lot of those shots so far. Haven't been able to drop. Now rushing in towards the basket. Rebound off to the side, and it'll go out of bounds in the corner.
I think Tyler touched that last for London. It's going to be Montreal ball. First substitution coming in already for Montreal. It's 2 subs already. Like I said, looking at their stats, I was really curious about their bench because to me, London, that's their strength right now. Early in this season, Montreal plays a lot of their players 20-plus minutes. I'm going to say probably 7 to 8 players are playing 20 minutes a game, which is a little bit unusual. And even the other ones are still playing 15 to 17. So he's really balancing the playing time.
Laid back out, gets into the key, looks to throw one up, and gets called on the foul.
I think that was Millinghouse reaching in. Going to be shooting 2. So a bit of a slow pace to the game at the moment, I find. It's like, I think when you're playing Montreal, I think they're in a rapid development mode. You know what I'm sort of saying? Like, this is their first year in the BSL. They played some tough competition. They did play Sudbury to double overtime and won that game, which is awesome. But I think they're learning well. So I think every time a team like London hasn't played them for a couple weeks, it's like a new team that's coming in, right? Because they've reached a new skill development,
they've
a new
changed
team
so
development.
much
Yeah.
over the week.
That's just my impression anyway. So.
London knocks down a pair of free throws. And Montreal up in front here as London works their way back down court.
Whereas London, it's a bit of a known commodity, so it's all about execution and effort, right? When you're a little more settled team as a London lineup.
Back out to the point. Taylor now with it.
2 seconds
here.
left, yes.
Running out of time,
He's
and
not
he
getting
didn't
it
get
off
there
in
in time.
No, sir.
You can see that developing from all the way out beyond 3, running out of time, and elected to try and make a way to the rim.
First timeout. I don't know if that's a TV timeout. I think it's a timeout for Montreal. Didn't hear exactly what it was. Well, we can look at some early stats here. It's early in the game here. We'll look up at some team stats. Yeah, so 2 for 8 for Montreal, poor shooting, and 2 for 7 for London. So both teams off to a poor shooting percentage, let's say. And 3 turnovers already for London, which is a little troubling when I look at the stats if I were a coach. Rebounds pretty well even. Only 1 assist per team, so there seems to be a lot of isolation, one-on-one play, and really sort of rush shots so far early in this quarter here. That's going to need to change for both teams.
Seen early on here, John, a lot of work around the perimeter, and then when they do get it down low, you mentioned the isolation, and that has become an issue so far early on, and a slow start to this game here.
It is a slow start, but I think Montreal is okay with that.
They'll take
Keep it close.
7-6 Montreal up here in the early going. First timeout.
Yeah, 1 change here for London, I see. It looks like Millinghouse is sat down and Nick Garth is out. So the 3 former Windsor teammates from the finals from the last couple of years, last year for sure against London Lightning, are on the floor. They all immigrated, migrated, moved, however you want to say it, to the London Lightning this year, and staying together instead of staying together at Windsor. They fit in very well, being big part players here for the London Lightning. So that'd be Jakai Taylor and Nick Garth and Billy White, of course, on the floor. The three of them, along with Jermaine Haley and McSwain.
Holding on to it here. Ondol hands it off. Now cutting in underneath the basket, back out for three. Puts up the shot.
Great extra pass there. You can't ask for a better look than that.
Montreal picking up the offensive rebound. Still holding on to it here. Back down low. And possession still in Montreal's favor.
That's Jalen Smith. We had a number change we had to figure out in the program. He had number 5 in the program, but he's actually number 11. So I think we got to figure it out. This is Mason. He's just so strong. Oh, I love his play. It just spun out of the rim. It's too bad. Good drive on his part.
Swain over to Billy White. Takes the return pass, feeding it around. Corner three, up and out. Montreal trying to pick it up here, and they'll get the rebound. Ondol there. Set the pick, cutting in. A little bit of trouble holding on to that one, and Haley's there.
This is Nuga. This is the other speed merchant I was talking about.
Picks it up now, back out to Nuga. Throws up the shot and drains it.
Like I said, him and Audie are sort of mirror partners that kind of way. We saw Audie score one down here from the three as well, right? They got the green light to put the ball on the floor, drive to the rim, or shoot that wide open three.
And banging one in off the window there.
Well, he's asking for a call, but Haley went straight up, stayed in his vertical cone, so he's allowed to challenge the offensive player. Give the credit to the offensive player for making the basket under pressure.
Garth now. He'll cut in. Tries one of his own. Rebound there. And puts it back.
Smooth. Billy White with the left hand. Hung up in the air for a while. Did you see that? And then gently guided into the basket. He does everything well. He's a stat stuffer. Not always the highest scorer necessary because it doesn't have to be, but he's a stat stuffer. Rebounds, assists. Again, Doug Plum is not happy. Look at the London coach out there. I don't know if you can see him on the screen. He is talking to his players. Says, you cannot let them dribble, drive down the lane. How many times have we seen it already? Montreal hasn't converted every time because their shooting percentage is
rolling
poor,
with it.
But, you know, they sense that they can beat the defender off the dribble.
Well,
11-11 game, awesome.
Yeah, Coach Doug Plum not happy with the start from his London Lightning. They'll take a timeout here, and both teams will chat things over. An 11-11 game here in the opening quarter.
Some highlights coming up on the screen here. This is Lou, I said. He's Mr. Instant Offense, Instant Speed. He's the first or second player off the bench. He was in the championship years, the last two as well, and here tonight again. What a great, as a coach, you look down your bench, you go, I got Mike Nuka on the bench. Woo! I got Millinghouse on the bench. Woo! You gotta be kidding me. Like, I got this guy on the bench.
Guys that could be starters elsewhere.
Absolutely, they would be starters.
The bench and
willing to accept their role but it's not that you're not a starter. It's how much playing time do you get in crunch time. To me, that's more of a metric. Like you look at Antoine Mason, for instance, from Montreal. Sometimes he starts, sometimes he doesn't start. Almost always he ends up playing most minutes,
the game.
and almost always is in the top 2 or 3 scoring. But the coach is looking at matchups to start the game, or okay, I got to have some more bench here. I'm gonna need to put one of my starters on the bench so that my second unit has some more punch to it, and he does it tremendously well. And so big addition for Montreal to get Antoine Mason.
Under 5 to go here in the opening quarter. And now we've got some.
This is Garth's style. He just does not like having people guard him really closely. He just says, you know, he's very, what would I say, antagonistic sometimes. Yes.
Not afraid to stir the pot.
Nope, not afraid.
He's got the ball now, and he'll head up court leading this Lightning squad. Garth now, and fouled.
Well, he drew that one, and he knew contact was coming. But he slams the ball down. The foul was called. That was called on number 7 for Montreal. And that is one of the starters, Duval Tisdale Jr. And again, Garth is in the middle of it. He had a bit of a commotion with Windsor at the end of the game the other night. I don't know if you saw that after Wednesday's night game. He had some chatter with the other coach as they're leaving the court, and along with some other players, former players. So He is one of those gritty kind of guys. You know, I'm going to compare him like to Marchand, you know, from Boston. You know, tough to play against. Love to have him, though.
Garth looking back. This one picked off, and he got the arm in the lane.
And that, I don't know if that's going to be an open court foul. That's what they're talking about. Is that a clear court? Yes, it looks like it's a clear path foul, I think is what it's called. So if he's shooting, we'll see, because they're only at 2 fouls, right? So he's going to the line. So the referee's explaining to Coach Plum that that's a clear path foul. There was no other defender between him and the London basket. So even though you fouled him from behind, you need to foul him at least equal with him or in front of him. Make some attempt on the ball, which he did not. He only grabbed him around the waist. So clear path foul shot, and you'll get the ball back at half.
Jalen Smith knocks down the first.
Counts as a personal foul and as a team foul, so it's a triple whammy there. Well, 4 actually. 4 bad things are happening. You got the foul, adds to your team total foul. The other team gets to shoot the ball, and they get the ball back.
Yep. Turned over.
Not a good play.
All around, but Montreal will take advantage of it here.
And they're leading 12-11 in this slow-paced game here. I'm really interested to see how this is going to develop over the course of the game.
Back out to Smith, cuts in, looks down low, back up and in.
Good patience that time.
Waited it out.
To do the royal flush, that was Levi Londo.
You go over to Billy White. Walking in here, trying to find White down low. Got a hand on that one, and now down on the floor.
There's Garth along with, who's that again? Can't see his number from here. Not calling a foul, I hope. It should be a held ball from what I can talk. I don't see anybody going to the bench. Yeah, so this is a rule. So now we've reverted from the FIBA rules for the last 12 years with the NBL. Now we're back to NBA rules, so now it's a jump ball. It's not possession.
Yep.
So and this is what you would see in the NBA, right?
And this is what we talked about with those hybrid rules this season.
Yeah.
For those watching at home and maybe used to one thing or the other. This will be a jump ball here.
I don't know if Garth has ever done a jump ball.
That's his chance here. He's not going to win it, though.
Because college ball doesn't necessarily do that either, right? Go by possession. Oh, my goodness.
Oh, coming in again.
Rolling.
Levi Londol.
Nice little down and in. Well, London is back on their heels right now. Their offense is not working very smoothly.
Nuga out with it to White.
This is Youssef. Big to play so well last night against Tri-State. He had a double-double. Nice spin move.
Nice.
Couldn't finish, though.
And now he'll get tied up.
Call for a jump ball. I don't know. The big guy's all over his back. But if he had 2 hands on his ball, yeah. Going to be a jump.
And the Lightning will take that with the size.
So that's
Amir Youssef.
Amir Youssef, that's exactly. So he had a double-double last night, sort of had his way. He could have scored a pile more points if he could just finish a little more calmly and collectively around the rim last night. But he was getting his stride going in the second half. Rebound, he's a rebound demon like McSwain is as well. So that's a great 1-2 substitution when you're doing it back together. You know you can count on him for rebounds.
Montreal with it here. Works it out. Now from 3 and knocks it down.
Wow, from a slow shooting start to a hot shooting start for Montreal. They're shooting out to a 19-11 lead.
Montreal has found it here. Youssef leaves it off. Working in here is Garth. Now he pulls up. Can't get the basket to fall. And Montreal holding the 8-point lead back on offense here. Around the perimeter, kicks it out. Now from 3, throws it down again.
Wow, a little dribble penetration at the top, and he just stepped with his 2 feet squared up. All the time in the world, no pressure on at all from that 3-point line. That'll help your percentages.
Now cutting in, rebound off the board, and the Lightning back in the score column.
And that's what Youssef does best. Carve out some territory down in the key.
Held on to here, little spin, up against the defense, rebound, and the Lightning hold on to it there. It's Garth. Up forward on the near side, feeds it across the court. Cutting in now, back out to Garth, puts up the 3, can't get it to fall, rebound London. Another one, pull-up jump shot. That one goes.
He's just so quick to that ball. It hit the floor. He's the first one that got there. That's Nuga's strength as well. Really quick to the ball. Look at Garth battling a much taller player. They're trying to get the mismatch.
Inside.
Good.
Now kicks it out.
Great
Look at the movement here.
Yeah, great
out
ball
for
movement.
the three. Can't get it to fall.
That's a good look, though. That's a really good look.
Nuga. Now he rolls in one hand, and he doesn't get it to go, but he gets the foul.
Just see his speed and all of a sudden how high he gets as well. I've said it before. He has got the, what do you call that, the vertical?
Just the athleticism all around.
Absolutely. Not afraid to go to the basket either. That's just one of the part of what I was talking about, keys of the game. Speed kills. So that time didn't convert, but he killed the defense. Another foul. That'll be the 4th team foul in Montreal. So next time Montreal fouls, London will be shooting every time.
Nuga at the line here, shooting. Knocks down his first.
Some mass substitutions here.
So where we go back to that depth of the London bench.
Yeah, so this is their 3rd big that's coming in. This is Drew Gordon, if you're looking at him. He's 6'10". So they have 3 guys that play the center, sometimes the 4 spot, but usually the center spot. They're taking turns, and each one are fighting for more minutes, so a healthy competition. Gordon's the tallest of the bunch, though.
Bank out to Londol. Hands it off onto the near side for Belotti's shot, and that one hits out. Trying to rush it up court quickly. Finds him. Patience up with the shot, and travel called.
Shuffled his feet. He saw the defense coming. They pushed the ball down well. I thought that was a tough pass to catch anyway, but he did a great job catching it. Well, wasn't able to go up for the layup because he sensed the defender coming and shuffled his feet when the second defender came at him. Good hustle back by Montreal.
Toundra up by 6 here. Down to about a minute to go in the opening quarter. Up the shot. What a block there by Gordon.
That's Gordon. That's what I said. He's the tallest of on the lineup. I think for London, I'm not sure. I have to take a look at the lineup again for Montreal, but it might be the tallest between the 2 teams. That time, Audie trying to drive the lane, and he's met there by Gordon. Let's see here, 6'8" for Londell. Corey Boyd, 6'8", 6'7" for Jalen Smith. Galbraith, we haven't seen him yet, 6'7". So nobody's the size of Mr. Gordon, and London has a couple players like McSwain and Youssef that are 6'7", 6'8" as well, along with Billy Smith and Jermaine Haley. So they do have a fairly big team, London. Montreal has good size. We haven't seen some of the big players. Who are some of the leading scorers here if the fans want to find out? So Levi Londell, yeah, we saw that, or Londol, I should say, 9 points. Jalen Smith with 6. Billy White still leading the team with 7. And Nuga coming on strong, one of our players to watch, with 6. And Audie right now with only 2 points on 4 attempts.
We'll watch for him going forward. We've seen the speed shown off already here between these 2 clubs.
Yeah,
Montreal. Yeah, this slow start, but they've really picked up
I was just
the
going to say,
shooting
look at even the volume of shooting. That's part of the equation, right? How many shots do you get up as well? So you might be shooting well as a team, but if you can't generate a lot of shots, then it doesn't help.
Yeah, we're not even through the first quarter here, and the turnover numbers for London already into an area of the game where Coach Doug Plum, and
yes,
we don't want to see that number creep up any higher than really it already is.
Yeah, like I said, I was talking to you off the air, that wasn't Achilles' heel for London earlier this season. They sort of straightened it out especially in this little bit of a last run here, but it is always a concern for any team as a coach that your turnover rate should be lower than your assists. That's sort of a good metric, I would say, for basketball math.
Went for the 3-point shot there. London picks up the rebound. Taylor there with it. Pass. Almost hopped out of the hands of Billy White. Holding on to it here. Takes a look up. Gets down low. Puts it towards the basket, but not enough in it to get it to roll over the rim on the backside.
I just see Montreal's confidence growing here, you?
Looks like it. Put up the shot and called on the foul.
He didn't have both feet square, so he did the right thing, Gordon. He stepped up outside the line, went to take the charge, kept his hands up too, so they didn't bring him down, but he didn't quite get both feet squared to the defender, and I think that's what the referee called him on. Yeah, only 2 turnovers for Montreal so far. Good, 6 and 12. Rebounds are pretty well even, to be honest with you. Let's have a look at the assists. Yeah, Montreal. So that little spurt in the last 4 minutes, they got 6 assists as well. London down at 2. So a very inverse ratio there.
Second free throw here. Trying to put the Toundra up by 8, and he does.
Well, I must say I'm mildly surprised here, to be honest with you.
Well, you talked about the confidence there, John. Montreal had a couple minutes there midway through the first quarter where they got some baskets to go, as now Billy White drops that one in to get London back on the board. But Montreal's confidence just soared midway through this opening quarter after a few successful plays in a row.
And what I like is that's just not one player doing it all. They've rotated a lot of their subs through as well.
Out to the top. Noir hands it off. Londol's shot. Unable to get it to go. And now a collision just outside there.
Montreal first to the ball again that time. That's Brandon Bellotti, getting to the ball first, gaining a foul, and that is the 5th team foul for the London Lightning. So even though that's not a shooting foul, he's still going for 2 shots. Only 8 seconds left in the quarter. 24-18 for Montreal. See what kind of adjustments Coach Plum is. Here's the play here. So he's going for the ball hard. Didn't allow him to lay in with his feet. Foul by Millinghouse.
Well, and that's once again where we go back to the rebounds, which actually at this point in the game have been fairly even between London and Montreal.
Yep.
Second one bangs off the front of the rim. Running out of time here. Moving it up court quickly. White to the outside with the 3. That one doesn't go, and the buzzer will sound here. The first quarter complete with Montreal out in front to an early 25-18 lead.
Well, we got a game. That's awesome. Of course, it's only the first quarter. It was a bit of a slow first quarter, at least the first 3 or 4 minutes were.
Yeah, we really did start slow.
And then it ramped up a bit. Yep.
Things picked up here. Take a look at some of the highlights from the opening quarter here.
Yeah, Billy White with his 3. He's 1 for 2 for 3. He's got 9 points. And Levi Londol has got 9 points. So Mike Nuga's the next one, but of the starters, only Haley is the only other person to score of the starters so far for London Lightning. So they're struggling on their offense. Montreal doing a great job on defense after that slow start. Their shooting percentage has gone up as well. Both teams have, so they shot a little better. But 3 of 11 is not great for 3-point shooting for Montreal, but they've really done it on the interior. 6 of 7 from free throws as well. 2 of 6 for London. Now, over the years, and I don't know why some franchises have that, but free throw shooting has always been a problem for London Lightning. Doesn't seem to matter who is in the lineup over these last 12 years. There's always a couple that are really good, over the years, but as a team, they always struggle to get above 70%. And you look at here, 2 for 6 already, so 6 for 7 on the free throw for Montreal, so that's a 4-point difference. It's a 7-point game, so this should be shooting the same foul shots.
The big difference in the early going here.
That's
you
right.
want to kind of see that the free throw shooting around that 75-80%
yeah,
mark
I would
on
say,
average.
as a team, I would say 75, anywhere from 73 to 76. That should be a team. You're going to have players that are going to shoot 80%, and we did have a London player last year, Marque Isom. He was shooting over 90%. So anytime there was crunch time at the end of the game and the other team needs to foul you, slow the clock down, they always did their best to get him the ball, and he shot really well. That's sort of exceptional. Usually a number of players will shoot in the high 70s, low 80s, but as a team, you should shoot to 73, 75%. At least 70 should be a bare benchmark for foul shots, and I don't think London's there right now. I think they're at 67% if I remember looking last, so as a team over the season. That's a lot of kids there.
A lot of kids filing off the court, and we're just about ready to get back underway. What do you think was the conversation, or at least the keys in the conversation for London after that first quarter? Because we saw Coach Doug Plumman obviously upset at times with his team's performance, comes into the second quarter down 7.
Well, if I'm coaching, I'm going to go dribble penetration is one, because they're getting way too easy in the lane, and then if they're not getting to the rim, at least they're kicking out for an easy 3, and I don't think they're physical enough, London. They need to be more physical, more aggressive on the ball on defense. Personally, that's what I think. The energy level needs to go up. See how they do here.
Montreal opens the second quarter here with the ball.
A lot of switching going on.
Still looking for a shot.
Yeah.
Pulls up with the 3, and he drains it.
And you can't say anything about that. Defense was good. Everybody switched up. That was just a better offensive shot than the defensive. Billy White was right in his face. You got the tallest defender on the team right in the guy's face, and he still makes it. Said, okay, but don't stop playing that kind of way because the percentages will go down when you contest the shots like that.
That was Antoine Mason with the 3-point shot. Kicks it out to Billy White here. Over to the far side. London's chance. Can't get it to go.
Yeah, they're cold shooting. All their shooters so far are cold. They do have lots of firepower, but you can have a power outage even if they are called the Lightning.
Kick back up. Trying to coach the teammates here. Looking down low. Here's Corey Boyd with it. Kicks it out. Now another chance. Shot. Good.
Oh, Audie with the dagger.
Wow.
Nuga left him early. He thought there was a loose ball when Billy White swiped his. He left his man too early.
Millinghouse with it now. Handing it off. Good kick back out for Nuga.
Good cutoff there that time on the lane for Montreal.
Running, trying to catch something here, and now they're going to force a turnover. Back and fouled on the way through.
That's a little bit of a. I'm not sure if that's a great foul. I don't even know. It might have even been on purpose. I'm not sure. So
I think some frustrations here maybe from the Lightning.
Yeah, he's coming out, I'm thinking, Taylor. I'm thinking, but we'll see. And I'm not sure what the referees are calling here. They might be saying the same thing I'm thinking. That was a foul from behind, no intent on the ball. So it might be a flagrant.
Well, they will get together here and chat things over. We've got a quick stoppage in play. 10:22 to go in the second quarter here from the Budweiser Gardens in London. Montreal has been shooting on fire as of late. Started the game a little slow.
I'd like to see that replay one more time because I want to know if he made any motion with his shoulder. Yeah, to me, it looks like he made a motion with his shoulder, right, to the player. So it's not just that they bumped together. And a little bit of exaggeration by a Montreal player, but there was some intent on there, and I think that's what the referees are talking about. No contact to the head, though, so that was good.
It's almost like Diawara knew that the contact was coming, had the chance to brace for it a little bit, but you're right, coming in from kind of the backside there.
Let's see where they place the ball. Looks like they are doing a flagrant foul or an unsportsmanlike. Could be that one as well. We're across from the scorekeepers way up high in the hockey booth, so we're not down low on the floor, and the announcer hasn't really said anything yet that we can pick up. But London's lining up behind the three-point line. That means it's either a flagrant one or it's an unsportsmanlike foul. It means Montreal is going to shoot. There are 2 shots, I believe, and they're going to get the ball back again as well. So again, the 4 whammy, right? You got the personal foul. They get to shoot. That adds to the team foul. They get to shoot the ball, make some points, and they get the ball back. So you think about that, right? That wasn't a smart play at all.
That one rattled around a little bit. Was able to get the basket to fall.
I think the referees are also monitoring the physical intensity of the game as well,
and
right?
you have
Trying to keep a pulse on it. Yep. Here we go.
So
ball
both baskets good. Montreal will get the ball here, down in front of us.
And they extend their lead to 15 points. I don't think London's been in this situation all year, even in their first 2 losses. I don't think they were down by 15, at least not in the second quarter.
Cutting in now, kicks it out, back through, and just stepping out.
Yeah.
It was that little back step there when he went to move the ball forward.
I think London would love to play at a little bit faster pace right now, but so far defensive boards generate fast breaks, right? And Montreal is doing a good job of either making their shots or getting back on defense right away.
McSwain trying to leave it in down low. Walking with it now is Jermaine Haley. Cutting in. Haley up with the shot. Basket doesn't go, but they whistle call and foul, and he'll go to the line.
Again, he uses his strong body. Like, he has great handle with the ball underneath, and he just shields the ball, and the defender has, just cannot get to it without going through him. Look at here. He'll do a spinorama. Look at a little bit of size difference well, but watch how he protects the ball when he goes up. He's going up, protects the ball. No chance for the defender to do anything with it.
Well, unable to get the first shot to go. And as we echo our own thoughts from earlier here, the free throws for London still unable to get it going. It's Haley, the second shot. That one doesn't go. They moved to 2 for 8 from the line. Montreal trying to take advantage here. Kicked out top for Boyd. Leaves it up. Boyd still holding on to it here. Steps back, throws, and airballs it. Now to Haley. Back up for London. Kicks it out. Shot from Garth. It doesn't go. Rebound, Montreal. Back down court. Holding on to it here. Kicks it down low, and Boyd will put it in.
I think that's a warning on the player for touching the ball after it went through the net. So that's a bench. Not only the player, but the bench gets told, hey, no more players touching that ball after it goes through the mesh. Only the other team can touch it. So there's no foul, no technical, but the next time there would be. So that's the official warning by the referee pointing to the bench.
Haley cutting to the basket.
Well, he's definitely playing more physical. You can see that from here. He's driving to the hoop, willing to absorb the contact. Now he needs to convert those free throws. They're not so free, are they?
No, not right now.
I don't know why
Lightning.
do they ever call it a free throw? I mean, I guess it's free. You earned it by the foul, so it's just a bit of a misnomer because, I don't know.
And still short there.
And that is not typical of Jermaine Haley. He's usually a very good foul shooter. So they definitely are off their game tonight so far, London Lightning. Back on their heels, only 18 points in the first quarter and a little bit. That's pretty unusual. They average about 117 points a game to the London Lightning. So this is a power outage, even though they are called the London Lightning.
Well, you can see Billy White there after that second missed free throw go up and utter some words of encouragement, if you will. That one does go. So Lightning convert. Carried forward here by Diawara. Back out across the logo at midcourt. Diawara again settling in here. Kick back out beyond three. Looking for an option. Finds his man cutting in. Down low. Back out for three. Puts it up. Bangs off the front of the rim. Here come the Lightning back with numbers. Kicked over, and the pass goes off a hand. Saved briefly, but it's going to be Montreal ball.
The first real example of a London fast break, right? But what did it come off? It came off a defensive rebound. A miss by the other team. They got the rebound, and away they went. But they haven't had very little opportunity to do that tonight. And then they didn't finish it, of course. But, yes, just another symptom of everything going wrong early in this first half.
Seems like nothing going right here for the Lightning.
Got to be 3 seconds in the key.
Boy, down low.
Wow,
doesn't get called. Gets it in.
Hook. Sheesh. Don't see that too much anymore. That's old school. That's my shot down there.
Swain handing it for Haley. Now back over for Billy White. Back to Haley. Trying to find some offense here, the Lightning.
They just are not moving very well without the ball. Just
long three.
Waiting for somebody to shoot a ball in the net. Garth provides it that time, but that's not a great way to run offense, just to pray and hope that one of your players gets hot.
Garth guarding. Hands it off down low for Boyd again.
He's becoming a problem down there, isn't he? Eating up
Sure
a lot of space.
But knocked out of his hand.
Well, Billy White knocked it successfully a couple of possessions ago, but not that time. A reach from behind. That's the third team foul in London, already just under 8 minutes. So have to be careful they don't get into bonus situation too early here. We know that Montreal is shooting the ball well from the free throws.
They are up by 15 here in the second quarter. Boyd takes it off the inbound. Back out, Antoine Mason. Going to lead the offense here for Montreal. Mason cuts in, down low, floats one up. Can't get the basket to fall. Carried back in by Millinghouse. Back over to Garth. A little trouble handling the ball there. McSwain back out. Millinghouse in, cuts through, up to the basket, and it's knocked out of his hands.
By Audi, no less, picking up that lost ground from behind him with the speed that he has.
Audi out, pull-up jumper. Rebound off the rim. Back with numbers, the Lightning. Garth out to the three-point shot, and he knocks it in. Yuga right from distance.
The timeout call by Montreal, so finally a couple of fast breaks. They're able to convert one. An extra pass gives them lots of time to shoot from the corner. But again, that comes off a defensive rebound. You challenge the shot, snare the rebound, and start running. Two Montreal players are still pretty well at the foul line by the time the ball got down here to the three-point line. I think they were getting tired. The big was getting tired anyway. So Montreal are probably going to need to do some subs. But If you're if that's a long rebound like that, you just got to sprint back. Have a look at some of the leading scorers here. Montreal, Londeau still at 9. Jalen Smith at 6. Audie's up to 5 now. Antoine Mason starting to chip in with 5. Diarra with 4. Corey Boyd with 4. Tisdale with 3. Bellotti with 1. So lots of players on the board for Montreal. A lot of them getting playing time. We just haven't seen really Antonio Davis and Nervins Demosthenes so far tonight, but still about 8 or 9 players deep for Montreal. Nuga with that 3 jumps into the point, tie with Billy White. White still stuck at 9. He got them all early in the first quarter. Garth finally hit a 3 a couple minutes ago. That's his first points of the game. He's usually a more scorer than that. Youssef, the big, down the 2. Jermaine Haley down the 2. So really struggling on offense right here. And I can tell that based on the motions to each other by the players and what the coach probably has said, got to play more physical and we got to get played at a faster pace. And that's what London's been trying to do the last 2 or 3 possessions, but they're still down by 12.
So back to the drawing board here. They've ended the little bit of a drought there, and we're back within now 12.
Well, that was a good timeout call by Montreal, I thought. The coach, anyway. They were on a bit of a roll there in the last 2 or 3 possessions. Even though London didn't convert, it seemed to be sort of tilting to Montreal or London's pace of play. And can they convert that into offense? That's a different question.
Had that lead up to, I think, as much as 17 or 18 at its highest. And as mentioned, as soon as we saw a little bit of a tilt in the momentum there, a good timeout call. Back in down low, out to the perimeter. Londeau leading the Toundra so far. Backs up, kicks it out to 3. Now back down low for Boyd. Boyd below the basket, puts it up, and doesn't have enough time, but it goes off the Lightning.
Yeah, he's a problem in there. He's got the size, a little bit of height, but he's got the strength under there. Sort of a slow-mo kind of action player, but he's able to stand his ground and get sort of what he wants. See here again, taking his sweet old time. Billy White's got the height on him, but he hasn't got the weight on him, so he just bully balls him down right into the key.
Working him down low.
And then a little soft touch. So here, so just talking about, look who's coming in for Montreal, their biggest player, Gordon, right, with some bulk as well, 6'10". So I'm sure he's going to come in, not sure for who, but I'm sure he's going to pick up.
Sensing that Boyd becoming a problem there. Nuga pulls up, doesn't get it to go, but a nice rebound picked up by Millinghouse.
Yeah, they need his energy to translate to the other players as well. Again, a lot of one-on-one here, a jump fallback, that's very low percentage, but
rebound
Nuga,
Millinghouse.
Nuga put it back.
There.
Yep. And that's a low percentage shot by Garth.
Down low, hops out of the hands. Boyd there, and he picks up the rebound and jams it home.
Well, he is climbing up the leaderboard, is he not? I'll give him an 8 now. If you got a golf analogy going.
Taylor out from 3. Shot is good.
Yeah, that's what they count on bringing him in for. That's why he came over from Windsor. He was their 3-point specialist. He can heat up at any time. So far, he's been cold, but that's an encouraging sign if you're a London fan.
Holding on to it here, looking through coverage. Floats it over top of the defender and in.
A little physical play there. Mason's asking, like, is there no contact? Well, you created most of it yourself, but you did convert, so.
White and Millinghouse out top. Hands it off onto the far side for Taylor. Now up top, Mike Nuga cutting in. Nuga puts it up towards the basket. White's there, and now Billy White.
He
jams it home.
Getting all his frustration on that rim, I'm thinking, right? You can see it. He just wants it to get going here. Let's get going. 4.5 minutes left, down to 12 points. What is Montreal's response going to be here?
Worked in, down low. Back out, cutting in towards the basket, holding off, bouncing off the defender.
Well, the off referee called the foul. Billy White, this is sometimes a story with him. He's very histrionics and really remonstrates against the referee sometimes. Not necessarily the one that did it, but this off referee had a better look than the one underneath, because usually that's a call from underneath. But if they don't call it, and the off ref does see it, he had a great angle right into where Billy White was reaching into the key.
Third foul there for the Lightning.
So I'm not sure if Billy White got called for a technical, which is quite possible, depending on all of his animated demonstrations there. That's quite possible. Mason, that was not a good-looking shot. Now, whoever is down there, I think he was in the shooting position. You get 2 for the technical. You got whoever was shooting down there. I'm trying to remember who that was. Should be able to shoot 2 as well, I'm thinking. I think it was a shooting foul. It may not have been. Oh, another. Somebody is out of the game.
What do we have here?
Let's see who's gone. Who spoke? So I'm not sure who the was the coach got the first technical, and
well,
looks like Doug Plum is
not
really
happy
the one
and now
talking to the referee. Yeah, so coach must have got the first technical, not Billy White. Billy White got subbed after he talked. So Doug Plum must have got the first one, and then his second one, the referee gave him a second, and he ejected him from the game. This is only halfway through the second quarter. Okay, so Mr. Sewell will have to take over as assistant, moving up to head coach. So right now, things are all seemingly against the London Lightning, going well, swimmingly well for the Montreal Toundra.
They are enjoying the road lead right now at the line, and the barrage of boos from the hometown fans here in London.
So London's confused here, but I'm not, because 2 technical fouls were given, so 2 times the technical fouls were shot. And the original foul, which was called by the offside referee here, was a shooting foul, hence he's going to the line. So that's why there's 6 foul shots going on here. Another technical, looks like, to Mr. Nuga.
Nuga can't believe it.
Yeah, whatever they're saying, it's crossing the line. Whatever the language is crossing the line with the referee. So that, I think that's the same referee called it all 3 times, I believe, because whatever is being talked about by the players or the coach, in this case Doug Plum, was directly at the referee. So I've learned a little bit about the other side of the game, because I did become a referee, a certified FIBA referee back in November. I've been doing some elementary and now up to high school, senior high school as well. So there are certain things that you can't cross as a player, and language is one of them. That is specifically addressed to the referee.
Extending the Montreal lead here now, 46-31. Back up to 15.
That was all after that great slam dunk here by Billy White. Has all that momentum been lost? We'll see.
Well, London has to try and regroup here into the back half of this second quarter. Nuga out with it, handing it off up top for Jermaine Haley. Now Millinghouse cuts into the basket, rebound, unable to pick it up. Gordon now knocks it out of bounds. No touch there from Montreal, so they will get possession.
No love at the rim there, Millinghouse. That was a great drive, just couldn't finish it off. So shooting woes continue for the London Lightning. Now if Mason's smart, he's going to try to get some contact here.
Works in right up against Nuga, and he gets it in off the back of the rim.
Well, I'm glad the refs didn't overreact on that time. It's just good, solid defense.
Well, here is Haley.
Big mismatch here with Mason and Gordon, you see.
Yeah, he looks to Gordon here.
He's just a little too high in the post.
2 on Gordon. Now they kick it out top. Gordon in there to set the pick. Taylor coming in.
That's a moving screen by number 32, Gordon. I don't know if you saw that. You see how Garth was waiting for somebody to come block his player. So a little bit hesitant, and then Gordon came out, but Garth took off too early. So sometimes it's not always the player that's setting the screen that's the problem. It's the guy with the ball taking off too early or not coming close enough to the player.
Yeah, the timing's just not there.
Didn't get him time to get there. But Gordon didn't get there real quick either. So
this is where we go back talking about the Lightning so far today. Things just not going their way. That one's going to go off a hand, and
there's always a good word for that, eh? Discombobulated, right? That's a great word, isn't it?
Up.
I think they're all discombobulated between pretty good play by Montreal, I'm going to say, 49 points.
Well, absolutely. We don't discredit anything that Montreal has been doing. They've been shooting the lights out here. And now another floater up there. And Antoine Mason
does a little kiss to the crowd with his hands. Take that, as a salute. So anyway, London with the timeout. Down by 20.
Wow.
I did not see that one coming.
Well, and all credit to Montreal as Antoine Mason leading with 13 points has put the Tundra up by 20 here in the second quarter.
Well, that's what I thought. When I saw Mason the first game, and I've looked at his stats and his playing time off the bench, on the bench, coming into play. Like, to me, he's sort of the grit, heart, and soul kind of player for Montreal that sort of leads the example. He's not the biggest guy. He's a strong guy, not the tallest guy, but he just has that basketball IQ and then sort of that grit And I think his other teammates are picking it up on him, and now it's translating into some scoring for him as well.
Well, everything here, shooting, the play, the mentality, everything you do on the court, contagious, and it's working right now for Montreal.
8 turnovers for the Lightning, only 4 assists. 9 assists for Montreal, only 3 turnovers. To me, that's almost always the first stat I look at when I'm looking at how do teams get to their scores. So I'm looking at 51 points. Oh, how do they do that? Well, some 3-point shooting, 5 of 14, 35%. Pretty good as a team. You know, you'd think Stephen Curry's the world is shooting 40, 41. Average in the NBA, if you're a good 3-point shooting team, you're around 36, 37. So pretty good shooting from 3-point line. 4 of 11 for London. So they sort of matched it, right? 4 and 5. But look over here, 12 of 32. And then the tail of the tape at the free throws, 3 of 10 as opposed to 12 of 15 because of all those technicals. 80% shooting from the free throw line. And they're sharing the ball very well, not turning it over either. So that translates into a 20-point difference here for Montreal. 3 minutes to go yet in the second quarter.
A recipe for success that is working out well so far for the Toundra. To Haley here.
Ball's been out here for almost a whole. You're right, down to 7 seconds.
Haley looks up top. Guy Taylor, 3-point shot, rebound there. Montreal back the other way.
They are hunting down their shots. They are just waiting to get some open shots. This
Holding
is Mason
here.
Again.
Looked up, rebound, tries to go in right away. Blocked there.
That's Gordon's height coming into play that time.
Gordon in, cutting towards the basket. And the slam back home.
That helps a lot.
Andrew Gordon right there to pick it up.
The impact on both ends of the court here. See if London get a little bit of a run here in the last 2 minutes.
See if they can build off this energy from the crowd. Now into Gordon, and another one from him as he works in towards the basket.
Yeah, they don't have the bulk or size right now in Montreal on the floor. I think there's going to be a sub or two coming in for Montreal to handle. I saw a little more energy from Gordon that time too, running the floor hard. So you want to reward your big guy if he's sprinting from one end with a block and down the other end. Give him the ball for the power slam.
A couple of straight possessions with a big slam home by Andrew Gordon has brought the Lightning back in the right direction.
20 points with 3 minutes to go. So I'm thinking as a coach, even if I'm the assistant coach, now promoted to the head coach because the head coach is gone, saying, okay, let's get it down to 10, 12 points, somewhere around that possession before we get to half. That means in the next 2.5 minutes, you've limited their conversions, right? Their possessions, their ability to score, and you've cut into their lead by 8 or 9 points. And that's going to take about 2 or 3 minutes. So if we can do that, okay, no matter what we've done in the first half, we're only down by 10 or 11, somewhere like that. So that's quite doable at a professional basketball game, considering 3-point shooting, all that kind of stuff, and lots of pace of play. You can score buckets in a hurry if somebody's hot, for instance. So to me, if I'm the coach, this is where I think London just needs to focus. Let's get this down. Get some defensive stops. We're not going to win the game in this quarter here, but let's get it down to 10, 12 points. And let's reset this half and get back for the second quarter.
Get it back to a more manageable number heading into the second half of this basketball game. Still 2:07 to go here in the second quarter.
If I'm Montreal, I just want to take my time, and I want to convert. So I want to eat up the clock, and I want to make a couple conversions here. So at best, they're going to match us for points. That's what Montreal is thinking.
Montreal's put themselves in a position here where they need to try and limit the mistakes.
Look who's on the floor here, the big
Boyd, but he's stripped to the ball here. Up the wing, Haley feeds it down low. 3-point shot's going to come up short.
I think they could have had a better option there, don't you think? I know they want to get points in a hurry, but I'm thinking it's more important that you get points. You just had a defensive stop here. Just get some points. Why are you shooting a fadeaway 3 in the corner?
Had all the time in the world as well. Work back out here up to under 90 seconds left here. Now a pull-up 3 off the backboard, but doesn't go. Gordon picks up the rebound. And he turns it over.
That's an unforced turnover. Oh, my goodness. Good job on the contest on the 3. Good job on getting the rebound and throwing it away.
Now another 3-point shot. Picks up his own rebound. Comes in, floats it in. And Gordon there on the rebound for London.
I can't believe there wasn't a foul call there unless the referee had a really good look.
Nuga.
Garth again.
Out to Garth.
He's not able.
Yeah, they still can't get the shooting to go here.
Nope.
Long pass down court and easily getting past the defender and putting it in. Back up to 18 here for the Toundra.
London had 2 chances there to cut in the lead with 2 stops, and Montreal kept their composure and able to convert that last possession. Keep them at bay, 18 points yet. So now London taking their time, don't want to make it any worse.
Shot clock down to 6 here. Nuga cutting in, looking for the finger roll, doesn't get it to go. Boyd picks up the rebound here.
He's really had an impact, hasn't he, Boyd, with his bulk? Look at this again.
Oh, cutting in. Chance and call.
And that was Audi with the speed kills part of our equation. He was just zipping to the ball to the basket, and Chikai Taylor could do nothing but foul him. 23 seconds left. Up by 18, shooting 2.
Well, a chance here. There's another look at it there on the replay.
It's like bang, bang. That's because he's so quick.
Didn't waste any time getting it down court.
Yeah, really been impressed with the big.
Audi at the line. And the shooting continues to clip at a good pace here for Montreal.
And Corey Boyd's also got, 5 rebounds now, 8 points, 4 or 6 for shooting. So really,
Audi to make it 20,
really
and he does.
Really doing well with his time. And then, of course, nice outlet pass for the fast break up to Audi as well.
15 seconds on the game clock here. Back up, Gordon for Haley. Works in, kicks out, 3-point shot. Doesn't get it to go. Rebound picked up by Boyd, and he'll hold on to it here. Quickly getting it up court. In across half with the shot. No good at the horn.
Big smile at the end from Mason. He had a chance. All those points off the turnover. Only 4 turnovers from Montreal, which is remarkable at this level, really, with 10 assists as well. They're shooting the ball fairly decent, but a big significant gap on the foul line. 14 of 17 versus 3 of 10. 11 points just from the foul line has contributed to this lead. Want to make sure we give a shout out to some of our sponsors as well. Wooter Apparel, for instance. The jerseys and merchandise of the VSL are provided by Wooter Apparel. They are the #1 shop for custom team gear, custom uniforms, apparel, and offering the best sublimated uniforms and apparel at unbeatable prices. And I'm pretty sure that beautiful blue that Montreal has is part of the Wooter Apparel.
Just saw it flying across your screen there. Beautiful way to start the game. Second half is now from distance, dropping in a 3-pointer. Trying to have a cleaner second half here. It's Boyd. Down low.
Just playing bully ball.
Look at him go. Oh, but he can't put it away. White steals it at the last moment.
White did a good job not fouling him because he got pushed right down with all that size and weight, strength that he has with Boyd.
He's been using that to his advantage so far. Floater over top and in.
We didn't see much of McSwain in that second quarter. I'm not sure why, because that time, very good play coming down under.
It's been fairly quiet so far tonight. Now a turnover forced. Millinghouse up court for London. McSwain in, and that one not going to go, but called.
Well, this is what I sort of thought between the first and the second quarter would have been a message to London. Like, let's play a little more physical and let's pick up the pace. So you can see in the first couple 3 possessions here, that's exactly what they're doing. They're playing more physical and they're picking up the pace, and so far that's translating into some positives for them.
McSwain shooting 2 here.
Let's see if the foul shooting can improve. That is the next question. Oh, yes. Got the favorable roll.
A good start there. Talked about the foul shooting in the opening half. Not good for London. 3 of 10. Starts off on the right track here. Second shot brings it home.
2 for 2 in the second half. That's what we're going to remember.
And we'll look at some of those little things here in this second half for London. Can we improve? Boyd, the big man, holding on to it here.
He's looking for the main guy, Mason, right? I keep saying it. I'm going to keep saying it. When crunch time comes to crunch, it's Mason that has the ball and is doing the right things.
Drawing contact there.
Everybody's contributing, but to me, when push comes to shove and something needs to happen on the positive side, Mason's got the ball in his hand.
Back out top, Boyd once again. Off onto the far side. Kicked out towards the middle, stolen by the Lightning. Jermaine Haley cutting in, finds Taylor, up and off the board.
And again, another quick pace play on aggressive defense down here, and translated down here into a conversion.
Back out around. with the ball here. Audie looking.
I don't think Boyd's a three-point threat. So.
Not. Feeds it off down low, though. Now a loose ball on the court, picked up. And here transitioning come the Lightning. Kicked out. Corner three, up and good. And that will force the timeout.
Quick timeout here by Montreal. Montreal coach on the floor just pleading with the officials. There's reaching fouls down underneath, but I don't think those turnovers are created by fouls. They're just turned by aggressive play. So they have 6 turnovers now, does Montreal. That's 3 in the first 2 minutes of play.
Well, and what was a 20-point lead to start the half, now down to 11 after some good play from the Lightning.
Well, good timeout call by Montreal, and they should have known London's going to come out and throw a couple of haymakers here, as they would say, right? And I know London, based on that pace of play in the first half, that is not their norm. This is more their norm, pushing the ball. If the defense is back, then swinging it quite quickly. And so right now they're taking advantage of Montreal not getting back on time, and now they're also able to convert. Shooting is a little bit better.
57-46, Montreal still up here, but London pressing in the third quarter here to begin the second half.
So they did not give a 3 to Taylor that time. I thought I saw the two fingers go down to the floor. So that last shot was not a 3. If you're looking at the scoreboard, why isn't it a 10-point lead? It's a 2-pointer. Now this is the starting lineup that started the first quarter for London as well. So assistant coach Dave Sewell going with tried and true makeup from the first quarter, even though that didn't go that well. And he's counting on his team to dig deep, play with some pride, play with some hustle, and play with some speed and flair, as we know they can. See what Montreal has done for adjustments in their timeout.
There's Audie back out towards the perimeter here.
Now see, their big is out, right? Boyd is not in there at the moment.
Diawara cutting in. Out to Audie. Audie, 3. Doesn't go.
Good look, though. That's a pretty good shot for him, really.
Now Billy White out to Haley. London trying to take advantage of the
McSwain's got a mismatch against Audie's size big time.
And now called, one too many.
He left the ground and didn't release it in time. So even though Audie was totally outsized that time, he's able to sort of frustrate the offensive player and cause a turnover.
Audie trying to headline this back towards the middle. Little jumper, floats it, but doesn't get it to go. This is where London's got to take advantage. Quick transition offense and trying to find Taylor cutting towards the basket.
Yeah, just forcing it a little bit there. Take a couple more dribbles in, then find them back door. Throwing that long cross-court pass allows Montreal to close the distance.
Diawara in with it now. Out from distance and got it.
Nice, good look, good patience underneath there. Good kick out up top. You have both feet underneath them, square to the basket. Lots of time. Percentages go way up when you're a shooter standing out there like that. Look at nobody in the key at the moment for London, see? Everything's perimeter at the moment. So they're looking either for perimeter shot or somebody cut through the key. Haley finally posts up down low.
With it here,
just playing
cuts
bully
to the
ball
basket.
Well, look who he's got on him. He's got
Yeah.
Marcus Audie, right? Just maybe 6 foot, 170 pounds maybe. Jermaine Haley, 6'7", probably 210 pounds. Yeah, give him the ball and just take it to the hoop.
Yep. Trying to play to the advantage there.
Yeah, it's a good pickup by London there on the mismatch. And they're giving them the shooting foul too. I don't know if he was quite turned around for the shooting motion, but the referees did give it to him.
Knox home in the first, and already we've seen an improvement here on the free throw shooting from the Lightning.
3 for 3.
Trying to keep that going here will be a key in the second half if they want to make the comeback.
Yeah, half of Montreal's lead came off the foul line.
A nice 4 for 4 start from the line for the Lightning here in the second half. Brings them within 12. Diawara hands off, now back up top. Lundol hands it off. Now Lundol gets the return. Taking Note the shot clock down to 6 now. Distance three-pointer. Not enough to go, but an offensive rebound.
That has got to hurt when you're a London player.
Ondol out. Hands off this pass, working around the perimeter. Back to him. This three goes.
And I think there's a foul off the ball as well by London on the Montreal player. So the three-point shot should be counting. And foul underneath there on the line. Just trying to make sure that it's on the London player that's called. That's my impression based on the referee's signals.
That looks to be the case. Three will be good. It'll head to the line for 2 shots.
Why is he heading to the line? It's a foul off the ball from what I saw. And they're not in the bonus. And he wasn't the shooter either, right? So I'm a little puzzled why he was shooting there.
Ondol was the three-point shooter. That was Antoine Mason who got the free throw.
I'll have to take a look at the rules, see what that was all about.
McSwain.
Tough pass. It almost got taken away there. Oh, no.
Looks up, pulls up, shot, short. Billy White cuts back in. Millinghouse, 3. It's short as well, but another offensive rebound. Holding on to it here, back out to Millinghouse, three-pointer. That one doesn't go. And this time Montreal does get the rebound.
Montreal steadied the ship a little bit, and a couple of misses here by London.
Up to Diawara. Holding in here, onto his right hand, spins it in.
Speed killed that time, didn't it? That crossover dribble, that first quick step on the big guy, Mr. McSwain. He couldn't get his feet moving quick enough and reached out with his hand from behind. So a good start for London Lightning, but Montreal after that timeout has steadied his ship, converted a couple threes, drove to the lane. Got 3 team fouls already here on the London Lightning with 6.5 minutes to go in this third quarter. So we'll see what London does to adjust now to Montreal. It's been going back and forth. But in the meantime, the lead is still at 18 points.
Doesn't get the extra point. Out to 3 and hits it. Kai Taylor.
Taylor, he's known for streaky shooting, so that can be a wild card here for London. I mean, you can't count on it every game, but he definitely can put the ball in net in a hurry. That is his reputation.
Audie out with it. Now cuts in. Oh, look at Audie go to the rim.
Ooh, I'm telling you, I nailed that one on the head. Speed kills, especially if you got the dribble and you can just get him on here. That's what I'm saying.
Now Taylor again.
He was close that
out.
time, but not afraid to shoot it.
And across the midcourt stripe. Now cutting in Audie, and he flies.
So quick to the ball.
Back up by 20, Montreal.
Here we go. Look how quick he's the ball. And up he goes. And for a little guy, he gets up there pretty good.
Called Audie on the extra hang.
Yeah, I don't know if they don't call that too much anymore nowadays. So
wasn't much, just a little extra pull up on the rim.
As you're allowed to pull up to get your balance, right? And a little extra curricular there, I guess is what they call it. And foul shot possession goes to London. Billy White out there talking to all his teammates. That's what he is, a leader out there. And he's just telling them to all calm down. And particularly Jakai Taylor, he did take that first three, which he was squared and made the three. The second one, I don't think he was quite as set. And so maybe shot a little too early. Billy White saying, hey, just wait till we get the open shot.
You mentioned the streaky shooter that he is. Went back to the same spot to see if he could find the magic for a second time in a row.
Exactly. So they changed the big. McSwain is out. Youssef is back in. Sort of mixed results so far with the bigs.
Carried up by White. Off onto the side, cutting back towards the middle. Perimeter here. Shot off the front of the rim. Back the other direction, leading it. Tisdale Jr. kicks it out now to the corner. In past the defender. Another chance here. Tisdale Jr. back out front, floats it over top and in.
Great ball moving that time. And they make great decisions because he was open in the corner there for a three, right? But the defender was coming up, a little head fake, dribbles the line, kicks it on Toundra Mason. He could have had a three. That's early in the shot clock.
Not forcing anything here.
Waits, kicks it to the corner. Defender comes out of him, a little dribble around. Oh, my man's cutting down the middle. It's like 4 nice passes, 4 great decisions by Montreal, keeping their composure. As London was coming at them hard, you can see it, they're keeping their composure, and now they've extended the lead to 21 points.
21, I believe to be the largest deficit now of the game for London.
But just good composure there by the Montreal Toundra. I'm really impressed with that.
They have been shooting the lights out here. Good ball movement and a composed performance today so far for Montreal has them up by 21.
Yeah, Mason's with 16 points. He's got a couple assists as well, 3 for 5 from the free throw line. Levi Londo with 15 points, and Audie up to double figures now with 11. Billy White at 14, Nuga at 12, and Taylor with that last 3 he made up to 8. But that's about all London has got. And we're looking at some of the percentages, 7 of 21, not too bad for Montreal. 5 of 20 for London, only down to 25%, so they are misfiring on their threes. And of course, we know the disparity on the foul line already. 11 turnovers now for London Lightning. After that brief flurry there in the first couple minutes of the second half, Montreal holding at 6, but they are sharing the ball. They have 14 assists.
So timeout over. We're just about ready to get on our play. You want to hear more what the coaches and players thought about tonight's game? Tune in to the BSL TV post-game show. Get the game from their point of view. 72-51, Montreal leading. 5:17 to go here in the third quarter from London.
Well, this is not insurmountable yet, but it's the time is starting to tick away, and right now I haven't seen a lot of encouraging signs, sustained signs anyway, from London to be able to cut into this lead.
Taylor up over top. Working with it here. Cutting down low. Picks up the rebound himself. Up over top and in.
Yeah, he's
Amir Youssef.
He's getting more touches down there the last few games, so he's getting a little more polished down there as well, getting more comfortable. Nice reverse layup that time. But they need some stops as well, and they need to get some steals and rebounds just like that. Billy White's got it in his hands, taking his time.
Right on cue. A nice steal there. Back over to Billy White. He'll cut in.
Yeah, I was going to say, he definitely drew the foul with that long, see that long first step, and just with his left hand, his ball's way out here. Well, like a defender can't get at it without getting through his body. He draws so many fouls that way over the years. Stops the clock, which is always a good thing for London, and getting to the foul line. Can he convert?
Almost had enough to get the basket as well, but now Billy White will head to the line here. London has been much improved in the second half of this basketball game, shooting from the line, and Billy White keeps that rolling.
5-4-5. Montreal's playing a lot of players tonight. I just see constant substitutions, situational changes, mismatches, and matches up.
Another one goes in for White, and he goes 2 for 2 on his trip to the charity stripe. Picked back out. Montreal works the perimeter here. Cuts in, feeds it out. Shot from Tisdale Jr. bounces out. Rebound down low, trying to go up underneath the rim, and just stepping out.
I think the ball bounced on the line, I think. Because White was watching his feet, so he didn't, but I think the ball bounced on the line back up to him. So he was asking the ref, like, did you call it out at me, or did you? He's a good block here by White.
Here's a look
on
the
he's
replay.
Looking at his feet and making sure that he doesn't step out. Yep. Ooh.
Oh, looking for a little oop there. Sent down court. Up and in. Quick transition offense for London.
This Nuga, as soon as he saw that, he was just taking off, trusting that his teammates were going to get the rebound, and it paid off for a basket.
Uwali in on the far side. Holding here, down to 7 on the shot clock. Diwali in, makes a move, pivots in, rebound off the board. Youssef trying to get it. Was it thrown off him? It was.
It looks like it was. I thought he might have stepped out of bounds by that time. Youssef saying the same thing, but the ref was right there, 3 feet away, looking at the feet, so obviously not. That was good defense by Youssef that time.
I thought that right foot almost got down by the time he released it.
I thought so too.
The official there, better view than us up here in the press box. Cutting down low, up underneath with the spin. Now White trying to transition quickly here, called.
Player control. He must have put his arm out. It looked like a little bit of player control. It was a much smaller player against a lot taller player. And the referee called it a player control with Billy White trying to force his way to the rim. Be nice to see a replay of that if possible. That's what the referee called, player control. Offensive foul.
Garth comes in for White.
Have a look here. Here he comes. He's moving laterally. He bumps. He does dip his shoulder in, and then a little bit of arm extension. So he initiated that contact in an illegal position. So the defender went flying. Right now, Montreal keeping their composure, sort of going blow by blow right now with Montreal, with London.
Tisdale's shot doesn't go. London picks it up, stays in bounds. Millinghouse.
So Rashad Smith here, he's also one of those really good shooters. He's been cold the last couple games though, but he can get on fire. It's Nuga.
Looks for Nuga. Oh, yes. He's got a lane to the basket.
Nobody willing to come over to contest that. Nuga getting some more playing time here in this third quarter and contributing as well. Nuga is up to 14 points. I'd get Mason out here as soon as I could if I were Montreal, the steadying influence.
Tisdale cuts now back out to the perimeter here. Contested shot, running out of time.
Yeah, forced shot, but that's sort of a, if I'm a player, I say, like, Coach, don't count that against me. I had to shoot that one. There was no time left. Don't count it against my stats.
Turnover or shot.
Yeah.
All options up. Garth, who recently checked in. Like Nuga now. Nuga opens up, finds the shot, and didn't get there.
A little too long developing that time on the perimeter. Nuga not sure which way to go. Defense was staying steady, so.
Had a couple of chances there, it looked like, where he had some time open up, but I think was maybe looking for a better option.
I think he should have just given up the ball, pass it, even just for the sake of passing to make the defense move. You don't have to create an instant offensive possession with your first pass. Make the defense move, pass the ball 3 or 4 times, like that one possession we did here with Montreal down below.
Under 2 to go here in the third quarter.
Oh, look who's on the floor, Mr. Mason, right? Mr. Steadying Influence.
He has been leading this Montreal club.
I just like he doesn't force things, unless the shot clock's running out, of course. But he doesn't force things. It's not about himself. He's wanting to make sure the team is doing the right thing. See, he comes for the ball that time. Nice.
Like up top, kicks it out.
Beautiful.
Looks for the 3. Oh. Doesn't fall.
But did everything right that time.
Haley.
He was a sharpshooter.
To the perimeter.
Yep. He's the sharpshooter. They need somebody. Yep, that's Mr. Smith.
Rashad Smith with the 3. He picks up a big one there.
Isn't that the guy in the Matrix, Mr. Smith? I think so, right? Yeah. Okay, Mr. Smith. Nope.
And right away, Montreal responds. That has been the case all afternoon for Montreal, answering the bell.
They have a big mismatch that time.
Millinghouse in that ball.
Yeah, the mismatch against Garth, the small guard that time. They took advantage of it. So good recognition by Montreal. You're right. They are responding to everything London is throwing at them.
Out to the side, cutting it. Millinghouse up, under, doesn't get it to go. Rebound picked up there by Boyd. Now cutting in to the basket, and nothing there.
Lots of hang time there. Enough to draw the foul, putting the pressure on the defense.
Foul there for London.
Well, down to 14, so it's sort of that, I don't know if I said that before, but it's sort of like that elastic band. To me, it's always, once you get past 20 in the second half, it's tough to come all the way back. The band is sort of snapped, but that band's been sort of stretched back and forth, 20, 14, 12, 16,
Montreal lead
18,
has been, I believe, as high as 21, as low as 12 here in the second half.
It's sort of, they're still in touch, our London, but it's almost at the end of the third quarter, like, it's getting close here. You got 1 quarter left to cut 14. It's going to be a 15-point lead now, so that's better than 21, but still.
Well, London's been looking for, and what Montreal has done a great job at stopping has been the runs. London hasn't been able to go on a 6-0, 8-0 run to try and get back into this ball game. There's a nice little spin move down low by Jermaine Haley, and he gets it.
And here's the warning on the bench because number 8 picked the ball up, Smith. He passed it to the referee. The referee says, and Smith is saying the ball came right out of the basket into my hands. The referee said, it doesn't matter. Don't touch the ball. That's a bench warning. So first bench warning on London. Not just a player, but the whole bench. So anybody now who comes on the floor from London touches the ball through the basket after it's scored. Inadvertently is different, but deliberately he grabbed it, passes the ref, and that slows them from inbounding the ball, Montreal, right? So if they want to play fast, they can't play fast. So that's called interference.
Tisdale Jr. in now. Off the right side. He picks up his own rebound. What an effort.
Tenacious second effort there. And a little full court press here. Look at that. Montreal, they're throwing all kinds of wrinkles out here.
Rashad Smith up just over half court. Up to Nuga now.
Nuga's taking a little too long here for my liking. That's like
shot clock, game clock separated by maybe a couple seconds. Working in here, Nuga.
Yeah, so that time he waited for his screen to be set. And he waited for his player to get in place for the screen that time. Didn't go too early. So hence the pause there. So in the end, it worked out pretty good.
Iwali in kicks it out, but the whistle goes before.
Yeah, reach-in foul, got beat off the dribble, was Millinghouse. So I think that's the 15th foul, I believe. So yes, they're going to the line for 2. There's only 2 seconds left here, so it won't carry over to the next quarter because they get cleared out every quarter, the team fouls, right? So real team foul of the quarter when you go to the bonus.
Darrell Tisdale Jr. was going to have a great look out on the far side. And London not get called. Lead right now sits at 13, trying to add on to that here.
This is definitely the lowest scoring 3 quarters for London this season. I'm quite sure if I remember all the stats from all the different games. Like I said, they average about 115 to 117 points a game. That's sort of their average.
Rashad Smith. Long haul.
Oh my
goodness. Off the clock.
That takes a lot of strength to throw it that far, doesn't it? Holy moly, from here. It's not even like a football pass. Oh my goodness.
Our clock is okay.
I think it's okay, yeah, but it's still standing. 2.5 minutes for the break between the quarters. Let's have a look at some of the stats again. And to Montreal's credit, they're up by 14, so London has cut in the lead, but nothing sustained, as you mentioned, Noah. Let's have a look here. Mr. Nuga, yeah, he has been contributing with 18 points. Billy White, as always, contributing. He's got 7 rebounds as well, so sort of holding the fort there. And Taylor's still stuck at 8. He's been 0 for 4 from the three-point line, so even though it looks like he's shooting from 3, he's got his foot on the line. And Mr. Steady, Antoine Mason, he's up there with 16 points. Londo with 15. And Tisdale climbing up the shot clock, or the scorer's clock as well with 12. And Marcus Adi with 11. Have a look at some of the team stats. So we know that London is 5 for 5, so that helped for the foul line. They're gone to the line 10 for 17 now. 17 of 23, pretty good for the Montreal Tundra. 7 of 24. 6 of 22 from the three points. So it's pretty even for both teams. Turnovers are a difference, even though Montreal has climbed up to 8 a bit. But 15 assists, really the tail of the tape, I think, for Montreal, generating a lot of open looks. And like you said, London did come with some more energy that time, particularly the first start of the quarter, and then a little bit at the end here. But a couple of timely timeouts and some adjustments.
I think that's probably the best quarter that we've seen the Lightning play this afternoon.
Tonight, yeah.
But to respond to that, Montreal doing a great job at answering and keeping this game where it is. Thank you for joining us here Sunday afternoon from the Budweiser Gardens in London here on BSL TV. Want to catch up on all the action you missed? Make sure you sign up for the BSL TV League Pass. $49.99 Canadian. You'll be able to follow your favorite team, watch games, and play them back if you missed them live. Join our team. Watch yours. BSLTV.tv.
Yeah, and of course, Cujo Entertainment is the production facility or production company here for the London Lightning that the BSL will hang on to as well. Great crew here, catching, doing the game. So Cujo Entertainment as well. And one more sponsor I want to make sure before the fourth quarter starts, Baden Sports. The official game ball of the BSL is provided by Baden for over 40 years. Bottom Sports has been the team with a passion for a better game. I have grabbed a couple of those game balls this year. I like the feel of them. I'm a basketball player. They're really nice to handle.
Lily White will grab the ball, handle it up court to start things here in the fourth quarter. London looking to try and press here late in this game. Get back into it here, trailing by 14. White in, kicks it out. Shot puts up. Oh, it went in and out. Rebound goes to London. Now Billy White thought about shooting it, kicks it back down low. Haley up, blocked.
Oh, terrific patience and block. I thought Haley did a great job of being patient for the defender, but it was a better block. And then a frustration foul reaching from behind. It looks like the player's holding his eye or his chin there from the reach in from Haley, but a little bit of frustration after that block underneath. Great patience that time by Montreal on the defensive end by number 13, and that is Levi Londeau, contributing on both ends of the floor, scoring and defense.
Force for Montreal today. Second with 15 points on the afternoon.
Did you see
now
that beautiful pass from Mason?
Oh.
Just waited patiently for the player to drift through the defender, and then on a bullet underneath with a terrific assist. That should count for like a 3-point assist, like 3 times. It's so good.
Guy Taylor hands it out. Haley up around the point. Looking for the return pass there. Blocked, and Montreal's got numbers back the other way.
And then Antoine Mason gets returned on the favor by his teammates for hustling down. I didn't see a whole lot of hustle that time from Montreal on that, or London on that turnover. It's almost at that snapping point I keep talking about with that elastic band. Can Shakai Taylor pick up it? Yes!
He does.
He can. He knows he's capable of it. Can he put a run together? Or can somebody put a run together of 3-pointers for the London Lightning?
That is what they're going to need here. Now,
three.
Oh,
gets
got it.
matched. Oh, my goodness. That's just like a stake in the heart, isn't it? You just thought, okay, we just made 3-pointer. Let's make a stop. And that's a long bomber that time by number 7, Duell Tisdale Jr.
Bank out and around for Haley, now up to White. An answer for every call so far. Contested 3, doesn't go.
That's the word, contested. Good job. That was an ill-advised shot, I thought, by London that time.
Tisdale Jr. again.
Puts up another 3. Oh, he got it. He's feeling it. I think the elastic band is a pretty well snapped. Don't you think so?
What a performance there over the last couple possessions.
Teammates coming out dancing on the floor. I can see why. 90-69. And not only is the 21 points impressive, but only 69 points.
A little spin there before turning around.
Yeah, you're feeling it. You're feeling it. I've had that occasion a few times in my career as a player, but yeah, not as often as these guys, I'm sure. Yeah, so anyway, 90-69. So that, to me, the remarkable part not only is that Montreal is really putting it to London tonight, which is, you know, the best team in the league on paper, 8-2, and London's going to learn from this as well. But it's early in the season, but Montreal, I can really see them developing as the season's going along. They've had some competitive games that they've lost. Here tonight, they're holding the best team in the league to under 70 points, and here we are in the 4th quarter already. So to me, the defensive effort always is part of the equation as well.
Well, London held to the 69 points so far. Their lowest on the season came back in game number 2, the 194 loss in Kitchener-Waterloo. And they're going to need to find some offensive flair to get up past that number here this afternoon.
They just haven't been able to sustain anything, like you said, right? It's just a little bit here, a little bit there, and then Montreal always seems to find something to come back in. Because it was down to 14 or 12 points somewhere in the late 3rd quarter, and then Montreal put a push on again, and now here we are back up to 21. 9:49, there is still lots of time left. I'm not going to say the rubber band has been snapped yet, but there will be a time when London's really going to have to get some defensive stops and every possession score.
Clock is not the Lightning's friend right now.
Can't trade baskets.
They've been looking for that run that we've been talking about, haven't been able to find it. Out and around, holding on to it. Haley down low for Billy White. Looks, spins, second chance look, up and off the backboard and in.
Good patience, got good length in there so he can hold off the defender. Billy White, that'll give him 18 points.
Dole leading it out. Audie with it now. Holds back, and now a steal. Back down to McSwain. Oh, and he missed the dunk.
It's just too casual about it. Like, I don't understand. Like, why are you not protecting that ball? Yeah, I know you want to slam it down, but that should be a two-handed flush. Don't do the showy stuff. You're down by 19, 20 points. Like, make sure the ball goes in the net. Now here, you're forcing the foul line. Luckily, he got bailed out by Marcus Audie, who really put the pressure on him. He should have known that Audie's going to come racing after him. He don't give up on nothing. Can he make the free throw? No. So here you cost your team short. A point, right? So to me, even if you just did a layup there, I wouldn't care. Just make sure the ball goes in the net.
Well, the tale of the afternoon for London. That ball stolen out near the three-point line in London's own zone and was away at the races.
Yeah, well, he didn't race, and he also didn't protect the ball. One-handed slam tomahawk, I'm telling you. If I'm the coach, I'd be a little upset. That's fine if you're up by 20 points and you want to get the crowd going. Go ahead, do the tomahawk slot. But you're down by 20, you still got time to get back in the game. You need to make sure the ball goes in the net.
Well, he hit the second free throw, got London up to 72 here.
I would love for him to do a two-handed slam and the foul and the conversion.
Boyd slips out of his hands, picks it up again, up over top, and he is just muscling his way through.
He is. We haven't seen him much of the third quarter. We took him out early because London went on a run, but here's Nuga with the speed. Yes, sir. Even beat his fellow partner, Marcus Audie, running mate for the last couple of years, who are sort of in the same kind of mold, right? They're guarding each other as well. Interesting dynamics.
Up to Boyd here. Now he hands it off. Montreal pressing. Just stepping inside, and not enough to go. White with the rebound. White in, kicks to the side, up, over, and called.
The sportsmanship by picking up player that was defending him. He just put so much pressure on the defender going backwards. The defender could never get himself set for a defensive position. Billy White doing the right thing, pushing the pace, driving to the hoop, drawing the foul, and stopping the clock, which is the main thing. But now you got to make your free throws.
First throw up, and White knocks down the first one here. London 11 of 19 on the free throw line today. That'll go up with that made shot. White again, second one, doesn't get it, but the rebound picked up. Now a pass out, nobody there. McSwain, hurt on his way back to the bench, is laying it up and in, adding insult to injury.
Referees, after the basket, you can't call it unless the guy's in imminent danger of being trampled by other players, but you got to play it out with the possession for the team to finish out the possession right here. So he's already injured back here already on the replay, but you got to as a ref, you got to let the play continue, and now that the ball's in your possession as a team, you call the whistle and you get the substitution in.
It was the second free throw there for White. And Rashad Smith picked up McSwain, picked up the rebound, and I think when he came down on that, what looked like the right leg.
I think it looked like a hamstring kind of pull. Basically, he's grabbing the back of his leg is what it looked like. White's got the mismatch here.
And he'll use it to his advantage, doesn't get the shot to go.
He's looking for a foul, but he's not coming back. London needs to get back on defense.
Into Audie. Audie in up and slams it home.
I'm just going to say, you got to get back on defense. There was time if you hustled, but he was complaining down to the referee instead of coming back down the floor. I think Sewell called a timeout because that was a freebie basket for Audie. Two London players arguing with the ref. Even if it's just for the briefest of time, the ball's already in the other team's hands. Like, you got to get back and help out on defense.
So a timeout called here. Toundra up 96-75 in London. As a reminder, Lightning back in action Sunday, February the 4th. Windsor Express in town here. Another Sunday afternoon matinee. 2 o'clock is the tip-off.
Windsor Express, that is always Battle Royale. Battle of the 401 for years and years and years. They came in the year after London did and have been in the league ever since. And they're the only team that has the same coach all this time, and Mr. Bill Jones, a former professional. He knows his stuff. He knows his team. And I noticed Windsor quite often starts off slowly in the year. I'm not sure why, but they almost always seem to be there in the end. They've won a couple championships as well in the finals last year. So
the
looking
NBL
forward,
finals, it has always seemed to be
Windsor's there
London,
fairly often. Yeah.
Windsor in the mix.
Yeah, those two of those, you put two of them, I think 80% of the time they're in the finals, I think. They don't always win it. London did win 6, of course, out of the 10. So next
Windsor on the Sunday, Pontiac in town on the following Wednesday, February the 7th. Some more action you can watch here on PSLTV.tv.
Billy White's picking up one of those little balls they throw around the stands and got knocked on the floor, giving it to somebody, fellow in the wheelchair down there. That was nice of him. So
made his day.
He's excited, yep.
And White ready to head back here with 7:28 to go in the fourth quarter.
This quarter is crawling along. Lots of stops and whistles and dead balls and fouls. That does play into London's advantage if they can convert. But right now they're unable to. He's going hard to the hoop.
Oh, Yusuf, nice little move there.
That was a good finish.
Off the glass and in.
Lots of traffic there as well.
His 6th point of the afternoon. Blocking here, cuts in, shot blocked, rebound. Oh, right there. Yusuf, another one. Steals for London. Up court. The hard press here, cutting in towards the basket. Billy White fouled on the shot.
Nice push up the floor. As soon as he got the ball, he's just racing down the floor, putting pressure on the defense, drawing the foul, blowing the whistle, stop the clock, and get to the line. So he understands this game. And he wasn't looking for anything fancy. He's just trying to get to the rim as quick as possible, force the referee to blow his whistle. Now, make the foul shots. If you're a London fan, you need them to make the foul shot.
First one hits off the back.
He just cries to the heavens, why, why?
Well, and just when we get talking about how much improved London has been here in the second half. Still a key part of the storyline here on this Sunday afternoon as that one falls, moving the lead back down to 18. To the near side.
Oh,
look at that.
He hasn't done that all game, and that's the first time I think he shot from anywhere in that distance.
Nuga back across the Lightning logo. Feeds it up for Haley. Trying to wait and see where the Lightning try to set this up. It goes to Yusuf. Yusuf up, and he bangs it in.
Wow, no call. There's a lot of contact there. I think that it was more the defender was late on that, coming off the switch on the screen, but the referees didn't call anything.
Smith now pulls back with the three.
That would have been big.
That could have been one of those daggers, final nail in the coffin we've been talking about here.
Good patience by Smith, even though time is the essence. They need a good shot. He's going to go. He's got to shoot.
Smith down low. Rebound
gotta
stolen
shoot,
in the corner.
Shoot. Can it hit the rim? It did. They get another chance.
Taylor, now he cuts in. Rebound, second chance. It stays out. Tap in from the far side.
Yes. Still some fight left here by London.
Hisdale up and now that one.
Well, he's doing the same thing.
On his way through.
Putting the pressure on the defense to make the referee.
Hasn't shied away from the contact today.
No, he has not. The only downside of that is that the clock is stopped, but he's getting to the foul line. Like I said, this is a very slow quarter time-wise. There's a lot of stops and starts here. Lots of action, but lots of stops and starts.
Darrell Tisdale Jr. at the line now. First one spins around the rim and doesn't fall in.
Okay, so they're taking the big out, which is Yusuf, right, for London, and putting the shooter in, Rashad Smith.
Looking for that final little push here.
Oh, he's in too early, yeah. Well, the referee called it. Good. See him going like this because that's his responsibility is to watch the shooter on the foul line, the person that's on this side of the court. That's all he's responsible for is looking there.
Shot didn't go, keeps the lead at 98-82 for Montreal.
And they're sticking close to the shooter, and look at him. Smith is trying to wiggle free because that's his one job right now is to get himself open for a three-pointer. Defensive player sticking close with him. This is Billy White. Put the ball down too early.
He's looking for an option. Out. Rashad Smith in, floats. Got it off in time. Yes, he did. Oh, just barely.
Montreal bench is screaming not in time, but it looked like it did.
I think just at the final moment there. Now out to the corner for
No!
three.
And look at him dance down the floor. Antoine Mason, well deserved as well. He's been
What a
playing his heart
night by
out.
Antoine Mason. That'll put him up over 20 on the afternoon. And the Toundra up over the century mark now at 101. Corner three from wide is good. Timeout called.
I think it was only a 2, right?
Did it gets the 2?
I didn't see the other arm go up for the 3 indication, so. All right, 14 points, so Montreal sensing a little bit of surge from London Lightning, a little bit more energy there from the Lightning in those last 2 baskets, the last 2 possessions. Let's see here if we can go. It looks like to me his foot is on the line when I look at that replay. Smooth looking shot. I don't see the second arm
I
go
don't
up
see it, no.
from the official either, right? So
That's right there.
Yeah. And we get a good look at everything here. This arm goes up here by his teammate, but see when the referee flies back. See, the
Just
second
the one,
arm never went up. So
it was
two-pointer.
close, but
it was. It's a little tight those sidelines too as well. Antoine Mason coming up with a big game. 21 points now for the man. 2 for. Just curious.
Here's another look
We'll have
at
another look
that
here.
shot.
So yeah, let's have a look at that.
Watch that left toe.
Look at that
Steps
left toe.
back a little bit.
Yeah,
I don't know.
yeah,
I
you're
think
right.
I can see some room between the line.
Okay, well, I didn't see the second arm go up, and I have to look back on the score to see if it could put 2 or 3 points up there. But good call by Cujo's desk down there, looking at a replay more often than we are, having a closer look. Cujo Entertainment, that is.
4:27 to go. London's going to need a whole lot more than that to go their way here.
They need some stops and some quick hitters. 4 minutes to go. It's a tall task. I'm not saying it's impossible, though. But who's going to be the clutch player here for Montreal? Will it be Antoine Mason again? Or will we set up a teammate? Oh, look at this. He's strong. That's a floater.
Oh,
He
look at
set
down
his
low.
teammate up. You see that? Oh, my goodness. Everybody's concentrating on Mason because he's been the man. And he dishes it unselfishly on that drive.
Just when you thought he got it, his 4th assist of the afternoon. Having himself a pretty good day here in London. Out, Nuga cuts in, step back, floats over top, and hits the basket.
But they forced him to use most of the shot clock, Montreal did, so that was to their advantage. Even though right now it's just matching baskets, and Montreal will be fine with that.
Out to the corner, cutting in, rolls out of the hands. White with the steal. Right up through the middle, White to the basket, and that one called before it got there.
He really wants to finish at the rim, but he is getting harassed and fouled, which is being called. Doing the right thing, like you said, a 3 times now. He's pushing the pace, trying to get it to the rim, force the referee to make a call. Stop that clock. Now you got to make the foul shots, of course. We've been saying that all the time.
Running out of time here, but the Lightning not going away quietly.
They are not. It's not over yet.
And Billy White, I think, wants a new ball.
I think he wants it
or
clean
just
from
rubbed
the
off.
sweat, I think. Yeah. I don't know where it got wet from, but he should know. He shot enough of them.
103-89 here.
Now, he has played major minutes tonight, Billy White, has he not? If he's been off, I bet you by the end of the game he's going to have probably played 35 minutes, I bet.
Doesn't get the first throw from the line to go.
That's, especially in the 4th quarter when you're trying to close the gap, you got to make those. Easier said than done. See, they have forced Montreal into the 4th team foul as well, so from here on in, London will be shooting any time they get fouled.
Duwally up, leading it for Montreal. Ondol kicks out. Shot. Bangs it home. Yeah, Montreal feeling it here late.
That was Mason again, willing to step up, take that big shot. His teammates are deferring to him as well.
Kicked out. Taylor from the corner. Shot doesn't go.
Just
Rebound,
just
Montreal.
not their night tonight to shoot the ball reliably and consistently.
Just all around, haven't been able to get things on the same page. And it's been from the start of tip-off. A slow start for either side. Montreal picked things up midway through the first quarter. They were the only team that did pick it up, though, as London has been a little bit slower, a little bit behind, a step behind throughout the course of the game. Trailing by 15 now, 2:30 left in this one. Haley cuts in, and he's called.
It's called for the offensive foul.
Put the shoulder down, it looked like.
That's a big size mismatch, and that was Audie, of course, his former teammate. Well, we already said earlier it's probably about 60 pounds difference between the two of them, along with about 10 inches of height. So looking at it here, he created contact, put his left arm a little bit out, and dipped his shoulder as well. And Audie might have played it up a little bit. I don't think it takes much to knock him over.
Kicked out to Mason, hands it off to Tisdale Jr., cuts in towards the basket, looks for an option. And
nope, calling a foul on the
foul
ground.
there, yeah.
So again, it stops the clock. London's not in the bonus yet, or reached the bonus numbers yet for Toundra to go to the line. Well, it's not that I didn't expect Montreal to maybe pull out a win. I just didn't expect them to dominate for the most of the game like they have today. That to me is a bit surprising. And they played very well today, played very disciplined, and most of the time they made really good decisions for people to shoot the ball. And of course they had some good shooting as well for a while.
Well, and full credit here to Montreal, who, barring anything crazy in the last minute 48, he's going to hold on here. They're up 15 late. Full value for the performance this afternoon. That one's put up and in by Haley.
He's still working hard out there.
And you can see them slow things down a little bit here, looking up at the clock.
They want to run the clock, look at the shot clock, put the ball in the hands of a reliable ball handler.
Kicked out. Finds it over. Tisdale Jr. from the corner.
That's the nail in the coffin.
That will sink the ship.
What a great
here.
dribble penetration, kick out, extra pass again in the corner, and the guy's shooting in rhythm. And then stealing the ball here, no less.
And
here, Mason with the dunk at the end. Yes, sir. Exclamation point right on that dagger. It just happened.
Rashad Smith, and now he tripped
foul.
up.
I was just not saying anything. Don't get a foul. Don't get a technical at this point in the game. You're winning by a big mile. And of course, technicals, you got to be careful of the accumulation of those as well. Of course, they're in the bonus at the end of the game. Chance to practice your free throw shooting.
And look, he's grabbed the.
He does everything. Is that Mason? Yeah, of course it is. He's an everything
I'll do it
guy.
myself.
He'll do anything you need for the team, that's for sure. 3 substitutions coming in for Montreal, and rightly so. They should take their key players out of there, I would think.
And they'll get the subs in here.
Yeah, and Mason should be one of those going out. Just protect the player at the last minute of the game, just in case the game gets a little scrambly.
Just a reminder that this broadcast is a presentation of the London Lightning, Cujo Entertainment, and the Basketball Super League. It is for private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast without the express written consent of the PSL and London Lightning is strictly prohibited. Down to the final minute here now as the shot doesn't go. Picked up on the rebound by Smith. And across the midcourt stripe with the ball. Hands it off. Haley down low looking. And he tried to find that one for Taylor. Lost it.
I think that was deflected by Montreal, though. It should be a London ball. Yeah, so a bit of a surprising turn of events. Dominant win by Montreal Toundra over the London Lightning.
Back out in front, looking for a quick shot. There was Haley. Diwali now with it with 30 to go. Onto the near side, not forcing anything just yet. Out top, long three off the backboard. Rebound Montreal up, stolen here, kicked out. Taylor down low. Haley, Smith in. So it won't be the lowest scoring performance of the season for London, but a dominant performance by the Montreal Tundra. They'll hold on and dribble it out. 110-96, the final score here this afternoon.
Well, if I'm the rest of the league, I'm going to be looking at some of this game tapes and like, how did you guys hold London in such a low score other to the last few minutes here? But you think about it, you know, over the 4 quarters, they really throttled the London offense, really frustrated them, and they did enough on offense, 110 points, to also come through with the win. Big win for the last place team. They don't look like a last place team to me. It look like they're developing in, really coming into form here. I think the other teams are going to have to watch out.
So a great performance there. We'll remind you the next home game, as mentioned, Sunday, February 4th, 2 o'clock, the Windsor Express in town to take on the Lightning. John, final thoughts here on the game. A great performance all around by the Montreal Tundra. It was a slow start this afternoon on either sides, but once Montreal got things rolling, it seemed like they were pretty hard to stop.
They kept their composure all game. We kept saying the coach kept calling timeouts at the right time. London looked like they're going to get on a roll, call timeout, make adjustments, and London never could get anything in sync on offense, and no shooting consistency either. So kudos to Montreal. I think, you know, in the course of a long season, of course, you're going to have games like this if you're the London Lightning. You always think you're going to win every game, right? And you're at home, and we're dominant. But it happens. Other teams bring up their game. They bring their A game here all the time. We see that in London. So something to look at on the tape, and some discipline maybe as well for technical fouls. We need to have a look at that if you're a London Lightning on the side of it. But, yeah, it's a course of a season, you're going to have these kind of games. And it is how do you respond and how do you adjust. But anyway, having a great time today with you, Noah. Appreciate you coming on board. Noah Smith, John Van Houwelingen. That is the end of today's game, and we will see you in a week from now, Sunday, February 4th, against, the 401 rival, Windsor Express.